cats old enough to catch their own prey gather here beneath the podcast for a clan meeting. Welcome to Paws Clause, a podcast where we read the Warrior Cats books in chronological order. I'm Scout, joined by my extremely brave co-host Jill, and today we will be discussing the New Prophecy, Book 6, Sunset. Hello, my extremely brave co-host.
I am not extremely brave. I've been complaining about it all weekend.
Poor Jill has a toothache.
Yeah, I've got a toothache.
But you're being very brave in that you're still recording a podcast today, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you.
And I did not just sit there and feel sorry for myself all day today. But, you know, we're surviving.
We're surviving. And, you know, sometimes it's very brave to do a little bit of whining because it makes you feel better.
That's true. So if I am not as talkative today, it is because the inside of my mouth hurts.
Hardy, yeah. So it might be a little bit shorter today too, depending, though we do have a lot of good things to cover.
We've got a lot to talk about. We also, funny enough that today is the day that we're recording this. We are recording this episode on Father's Day.
Happy Father's
Day! Which I think is going to be very interesting given the subject matter that we have to discuss.
That's true. We had a minimally thematic Mother's Day recording and we're having a maximally thematic Father's Day recording, I think.
Incredibly thematic, I would say.
But before we get to that, how has the prey been running for you, my friend?
The prey's been running all right. Things have been pretty chilled. My folks came into town last weekend and we tried out this new place for wings, and I think I may never be able to have any other place's wings again. They were so good.
It's ruined you for wings.
Oh my gosh, they were so good. Love wings.
Hell yeah.
I used to hate having wings, but that's because I have an on and off relationship with chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But
I love the concept of wings. But I am, speaking of not being very brave, I'm extremely not brave about meat bones in general. I hate dealing with them. I hate it when they are present. I would rather they be further away from my food.
Just do some boneless wings.
Yeah.
Which, yes, I know they're just basically chicken nuggets, but
it's the principle of the thing.
Yeah.
A chili and a marinara with meat in it are both a red meat sauce, but it's the principle of the thing that determines that they are different.
I guess so, yeah. That is a concept, huh?
I mean, they're on paper, they have essentially like the same base components, except for beans. But sometimes
simplifying it, yes, there is meat, tomatoes, and spices.
Yes.
The spices differ.
That's where, that's the amazing thing about spices.
Oh, also, the prey has been running well for my cat, even though she had her vet appointment last week, and they said, okay, she's losing weight, that's good, but she still hasn't lost quite enough weight to be, like, on the healthier side. Mm-hmm. So Zelda her diet is getting a little more restrictive. She is not pleased about it.
She is really letting it be known.
Oh, yeah. But, I did let her have a little treat today of, we got a new little lick mat for her.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, and one of those just like a little pack of like shredded meat in juice or whatever. It looked disgusting, but she loved it. So.
That's great.
Yeah, so she had a very nice time with that. We've been getting a lot of sun coming in through the kitchen windows. So she spends her mornings sunning herself.
Lounging.
She's getting very rusted for the summer.
Oh, she's getting her it's her like when your hair gets sun bleached.
Yes.
She's getting sun bleached.
She's getting her sun bleach going on. Yes, so during the summer she always looks a lot more brown black than just like straight up black, and it's very cute.
I love her so much.
I do too. She's my baby. She is going to be 6 years old in just a few days.
Wow, 6 years.
She's just a baby.
She's just a baby. She's outlived most warrior cats at this point.
Yeah, that is true. Damn. What is the average age? Somebody's done the calculation.
Oh, it has to be abysmally low. These cats die so much.
Of a warrior's cat.
I feel like I look at so many warrior cat pages where it's like, time, age at time of death 3 years, and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, pretty much. March 7th, 2020, someone posted on the Warrior Cat RP forums. Here are all the known death ages of each cat with their age in moons, cat years, and human years. So, in order from oldest to youngest, it seems that majority definitely have passed before 6 years.
Yeah, it's rough out there.
It's rough out there for a warrior cat. Yeah, I mean, some of these cats do live egregiously long, I would say, for wild cats who are doing war. Just putting that out there. Most cats in the outdoors do not live as long as some of these.
Feral cat average age. Oh, that's very sad.
It's really sad. Yeah, I don't recommend looking it up.
On average, yeah, they live between 2 and 5 years. Oof, rough.
Yeah.
This is why TNR and the reduction, the humane reduction of feral cat populations is so good, and why if you have a cat, it should be an indoor cat.
I agree. As much, I do seriously, as much as we love talking about these outdoor cats doing their politics and whatnot, I am very much a please keep your cats inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
Advocate.
I know there are always exceptions where there are cats that are like extremely feral and people say, I trust people that say that there are cats out there that are feral enough that it is not, they cannot be happy in like an indoor environment, but in the general, almost unequivocal, majority of the situation.
If your cat is not feral, they do not belong outside.
If your cat is not literally feral, please keep them inside with only supervised and contained outdoor activities for them.
Keep them on a leash or a harness.
Make them a catio if you really want.
Oh, yes. Hell, I've seen some people get, little mesh tents to, take their cat out in the yard.
Yeah, put them in prison.
Put them in prison.
It's fun. It's fun prison.
Well, and yeah, there are definitely some cats who are, barn cats, working cats. Yeah. But, obviously we're not talking about barn cats.
Right, exactly. I always just like to cover my bases because there'll always be,
for sure.
There's always one person who's like, in this very specific scenario, that's actually bad. We get it, guys. We understand. I'm with you.
Nuance.
If you listen to this podcast, you might know.
That we understand there are exceptions to the rule. However, anyway. Just getting that out there. Oh, I do want to mention, since I did talk about cats on harnesses, there is a TikTok channel that I've recently been obsessed with. It has been going on for about a month or so. He was posting beforehand, but the updates that I've been following have been going on for a month or so. It's this guy who lives in the desert. He has a trailer that he lives mostly out in the desert. And he found a little kitten underneath his trailer. And he was like, I'm not going to keep this cat. I don't like cats. And 1 month later, she goes everywhere with him. He is getting rid of things in the trailer to make more room for her. She has 1 billion toys.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cute.
I am such a fan of the doesn't like cats to obsessed with their cat pipeline.
Literally.
It's one of my favorite genres of just life experience.
Honestly, my dad's the same way with our family cat, Silver. He was always like, we shouldn't get another cat after our first cat passed away. He's like, we're not getting any more cats. Silver is his favorite, and he is hers. It is very cute.
I love that.
We got some cool art to talk about today.
Cool art. I'm going wild, going crazy for the Polish cover once again. But this one is like, guys, I say this every time, but this one is really fucking cool, guys. This one's really good.
It's so, I don't know, like, how this person does it.
It's so, I don't remember if we've said the name of this artist before. The one that has been doing at least all of the covers for the Polish editions of The New Prophecy is named Andrzej Chelminski and has just been doing incredible stuff. I looked at their art station today. Also have done some Guardians of Ga'Hoole covers.
Oh, shit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look that shit up. Guardians of Ga'Hoole. Man.
They're really good.
What a time.
This cover has Hawkfrost on it. It is a Hawkfrost, like front-facing headshot that fades away at the bottom into like there's a window. And the thing that I love about this is that this window with the little sun is like right where Hawkfrost's wound ends up being. Too.
Yes, I was just gonna say.
It's so sick. So then under in this little window, right like at the base of Hawkfrost's throat, is a portrait of a body in front of a lake, blood, running away from it, speared through the neck in silhouette. Once again, amazing silhouette work. And you can see the sun reflecting off of the lake and like going up into the sky. And then what I believe to be dark forest, like ferns and moss
it definitely
and
gives
stuff
that vibe
around with like this fog. Oh, it's so good.
I gotta say, sorry, I was looking at the art station as you mentioned.
Absolutely wild range.
Yeah, there's some fucking incredible horror art. And then the Guardians of Ga'Hoole art is also gorgeous. Baby Rusty.
Yeah.
For the Into the Wild cover. Oh my god. So I was looking at one of these and I was like, who the fuck is Domino Claw? Somebody fully commissioned this man.
Yes!
To draw their...
Live Your Truth. Can you link me to that one?
Yeah. So yeah, they I'm 90% sure they fully commissioned this individual to draw a book cover style of their...
Oh, this one ruled, and I was wondering what the heck it was for. I love that.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy. This person has a whole wiki for their like AU and their OC.
Yes.
Like they have commissioned so much art and other stuff. Like it's really, truly incredible. I love finding these things out. Warriors fandom never change because my god.
Never change Warriors fandom. This is also great. Oh, what a great idea. What a great idea to do. To just like go to an official cover artist and if they have commissions open, just be like, hey, can you do my OC but in this style? What a great idea.
Hi. It also looks like Domino Claw's creator is trans. So fucking hell yeah.
As is the right of every Warrior Cats kid.
Yeah, I love this. Incredible. This is so exciting.
Domino Claw's demise. Wow. Incredible. I love this.
Yeah, I love this. Wow. Oh,
exceptional.
This is great.
This kind of stuff makes me so happy.
I know, me too.
I have a couple other things that I wanted to mention. Art-wise, there are some more Russian illustrations that I wanted to point out. This one is by E.A. Savilyev, I want to say. I'm not going to say anything right. For some reason, in these color Russian illustrations from the Gold Collection Russian editions, they made Hawkfrost like silver gray instead of being brown. But the thing I really wanted to point out in this one is the blood. Oh my god, there's so much blood. It's incredible. I just love it when an illustrator for a children's book goes whole hog on, I'm making this bigger so you can see there's just a lot of blood there. And it's so good.
It looks so cool, though.
Mm-hmm. It looks so cool.
The way he's, like, staring down at it is so good.
Yeah. We're going to talk about it, but there's a reason that the culture around warrior cats as a whole is obsessed with Hawkfrost's death.
Yeah.
I've got one more, one of the Russian woodcuts, illustrator Leonid Nasyrov. I just love it. Another great one is an action shot of Brambleclaw stabbing Hawkfrost. Such good. I just love how much even the official art authors are going apeshit for Hawkfrost across all of the various Sunset stuff. It's so good.
It really is. I know we hyped up Tiger Star's death so much. I think Hawkfrost's death has got to be like right behind it.
Oh, absolutely. It's just so dynamic and fun. Ooh, I just love it. Ooh, I love a good, I just love a good fight scene. This is such a unique and genuinely, the whole scene is chill. We got to get into it. I should do the summary.
We got to get into it. Let's do it.
The prologue finds us under the starless sky of the dark forest, where the grim specter of Tiger Star runs across his old ally, Darkstripe. He divulges how he plans to gain control over all the clans through his sons, training them in their dreams to carry out the work he did not finish in life. One of his sons, Brambleclaw, is currently rekindling his romance with Squirrelflight as they put their quarrel behind them and finally communicate, much to the displeasure of Ashfur, who becomes sullen and bitter as he realizes he is not Squirrelflight's first choice. Relationships aren't the only things being broken and repaired, though, as ThunderClan pieces itself and its ruined camp back together after the devastating losses of the Badger attack. Leafpool, back for good from her dalliance with Crowfeather, has her paws full, not just with the tending of the wounded, but with prophecies galore. She hopes to find guidance from Cinderpelt, but her beloved mentor has been absent from the ranks of StarClan since her death. Her questions about Cinderpelt's whereabouts go unanswered until, finally, Spotted Leaf divulges that the spirit of Leafpool's predecessor has been reincarnated within the kit Brackenfur and Sorreltail named after her. However, Leafpool does not have time to dwell on this, as she is also deeply involved in Mothwing's continued woes in RiverClan. Mothwing has made Willowkit, now Willowpaw, her apprentice, but she fears that without her own belief in StarClan, she won't be able to teach the young cat everything she needs to know. Leafpool, with the help of Feathertail's spirit, helps to guide Willowpaw through her first contact with StarClan, easing the burden Mothwing bears. But her brother, Hawkfrost, still threatens to reveal Mothwing's deepest secret, that he fabricated the sign from StarClan that led to Mothwing's appointment as Medicine Cat apprentice. His actions are the reason his sister can't bring herself to believe in StarClan now. In fact, currently, Hawkfrost is complicating things all across the lake, encouraging ShadowClan to challenge ThunderClan for territory, being the devil on Brambleclaw's shoulder, even blackmailing his own sister into fabricating a dream from StarClan in order to kick Stormfur and Brook out of RiverClan after the pair traverse the lake to rejoin Stormfur's former home. The displaced duo are taken back to ThunderClan by Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight, but even after witnessing his half-brother's deceitful nature firsthand, Brambleclaw still doubts the actions were entirely wrong. But Brambleclaw's got other things on his mind. There has been unrest in ThunderClan as some of the senior warriors and elders doubt Firestar's choices to take in multiple outsiders. Though he knows it means delaying his own ambitions, as he does not yet qualify for a deputy appointment, Brambleclaw convinces Firestar he must stop waiting for Graystripe and appoint a new deputy. It is a surprise to everyone then, especially to Brambleclaw, when Leafpool receives a sign from StarClan. Clear as day, their warrior ancestors have spoken. They want Brambleclaw as ThunderClan's deputy. In dreams, he and his sinister kin celebrate his appointment, and Hawkfrost asks to meet Brambleclaw by the lakeside in the waking world to speak about plans for the future. Concerned, but still hoping for the best, Brambleclaw meets with Hawkfrost, only to find his brother has caught Firestar in a fox trap, planning to sap the leader's remaining lives away to ensure Brambleclaw's immediate ascension to leadership. Appalled, Brambleclaw realizes in that moment just how wrong he has been about everything. He digs up the trap, rescuing Firestar, and stabs the metal stake through Hawkfrost's throat. It is then that Firestar's daughters arrive on the scene. They see that Firestar is safe, though wounded and shaken, and that the Hawkfrost problem has been taken care of. Leafpool sees the blood running from Hawkfrost's wound into the lake, and realizes the prophecy that's haunted her has been fulfilled. Blood spilled blood. Brother killed brother. And now there will be peace for the clans around the lake.
Or will there?
Or will there? Dun, dun, dun!
It's never that easy.
It's never that easy, as the still, how many more seasons of the podcast do we have? The 5 plus a new one coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is such a fun read.
I 100% agree. Really loved this book.
It was really fun. As I was reading it, I was like, man, this kind of goes.
It really does. It's got like all the drama that I like.
Yeah, there's political intrigue, there's some supernatural intrigue, there's relationship drama, there's interpersonal drama, there's sibling drama. Like, this book has everything.
Yeah. I really liked, especially, I feel like the pacing was really good in this book. Like,
I agree. Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like there were any moments that like dragged.
Yeah, there was a lot of like small sort of micro stories going on, like stuff that I didn't mention in the summary at all is like sort of the small self-contained stories of one of Daisy's kits, Berry Kit, running away and getting his tail lopped off by a fox trap. Poor little guy. And Daisy going back to the horse place briefly before being convinced to come back to the clans. But all of those, like, none of them felt like they all felt really fun and like they added richness, even if they weren't necessarily like feeling like big enough that I wanted to add them to the summary, you know?
Yeah, and it's, you know, they didn't necessarily relate to the overall plot. I mean, the Berry Kit one kind of did, because Brambleclaw is in his ambition arc.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe I can get Berry Kit to be my apprentice. And then when Berry Kit goes, like, when Daisy takes the kits away, he's like, who am I going to apprentice now? How am I going to become deputy this way? It's like, slow your roll. Chill out.
How am I going to do it now? I don't know what to do.
Chill, my guy. But it really did feel like, I feel like, especially with the POV changes, it really kept up the suspense of
Yeah, there was a lot of great, like, you end a chapter and you're like, oh, I want to know what's happening in this POV, but we've changed POVs.
Exactly.
And then by the time you get to the end of that chapter, it's like, wait, no.
No, I need to know what's happening now. Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
It's that shit I do like.
Yeah, really good. I mean, it even starts off so good. We just get right to the fucking races with a Dark Forest prologue. This is a prologue that I mentioned a while back, maybe even like a season and a half ago, something like that. But this Darkstripe POV prologue is so good.
It's really... I completely forgot that they bring Darkstripe back for this.
And it's so funny because it's the only time he's in the book. Like, it's just...
I know.
It's just so
like,
that...
Tiger Star, please help me.
Tiger Star, I'm lost and alone. Please.
Please let me help you. He's like, I don't need you anymore.
We walk alone. We walk our paths alone in the dark forest. And Darkstripe's like, I don't want to be alone. He's so pathetic. But not...
He really is.
He's pathetic,
and not
derogatory.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in a fun pathetic. Like a greasy pathetic.
Yeah. Oh, miserable.
A miserable man.
Oh, just miserable creature. And also, this made me laugh to think about. Like, I understand that it's so that the narrative of the prologue isn't stilted, but it would be so fucking funny if Tiger Star had been doing this big monologue like, my sons, Brambleclaw and Hawkfrost, will do my revenge for me. And then Darkstripe, who died months before Sasha brought her kits back to RiverClan, was like, who the fuck is Hawkfrost?
Who the hell?
What was he talking about?
I really liked Leafpool, like, getting back to medicine cat work.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, finding out, like, okay, like, actually pouring herself into her work and, like, remembering why she
wanted to do
does
this.
what she does.
Mm-hmm. And why she was needed. You know, she's not just needed because Cinderpelt died. Like, but this really sort of hits home for her, this whole situation. I
especially liked, there's a moment kind of towards the end of the book after Daisy comes back and, you know, Cloudtail was like one of the ones who was like, no, we have to bring them back. Like, I promised her we'd keep them safe, blah, blah, blah. And she just goes up to Cloudtail and she's like, hey, you should go hunting with Brightheart. And he's like, huh? And she's like, Brightheart? Your mate? The mother of your child? Maybe you should go spend some time with her. And he's like, oh, now I get what you're saying. It's like, oh my fucking God, you stupid.
So stupid.
But it's such a fun moment for Leafpool to just be like, the one to be like, okay, we've got to get our shit together, guys.
Truly. It's so good.
And I really enjoyed seeing Firestar come to his daughter for advice. Like, that was a surprisingly, like, a surprising moment to me, because I feel like I didn't really remember the relationship between them that much, like, as leader and medicine cat. Mm-hmm. But, like, that was a really nice moment of, like, Firestar recognizing, like, his daughter's, like, wisdom in a situation.
Yeah.
And, like, looking to her as the medicine cat instead of as his daughter.
It was really great.
So I really enjoyed that.
Mm-hmm. I loved seeing a little bit more Firestar here. We get him sort of in the spotlight being spoken to directly more than we have in the last couple of books.
Mm-hmm.
This man is so sad.
He's so sad.
He misses Graystripe so much.
It's okay, Firestar. I miss him too.
Yeah, I miss him too, buddy. One of my favorite little moments early on in the book, like during that sort of the time when Leafpool is tending to everybody's wounds, is like, I wanted to give a shout out to my guy Birchpaw again, who is like in the medicine cat den, nearly blinded in one eye, whole swaths of fur missing from the badger attack, and he's like, hey Leafpool, can you tell Ashfur that I don't think I'm well enough to train today? I don't feel so
and good. And Ashfur too is like kind of camp ridden to an extent. Like, he's also injured and they're telling him not to like go out and strain himself.
Yeah, Ashfur couldn't train you today anyway, baby boy, but also, oh my God.
I love Birchpaw. What a cutie.
I love him. He's so good. He's got a lot of really great background moments. He really does. Adding up to me at this moment, very much like in the back half of the series, he kind of has the same energy that I got from Brackenfur in the first series, where it's like he's not a main character, but he's present a lot, and he's just really earnest and really trying his best. And
he does end up bagging a baddie, so...
I also loved the moment when Barry Kit asked Leafpool if your friend from Wind Clan is going to come stay with us. I love when babies say shit. It's so funny.
That actually, I think I was like watching a TikTok and it reminded me of the moment where like the kids comment on Brightheart's face.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I've seen a couple TikToks of like people posting like the unhinged shit their children say.
Yeah.
And it's literally like you can't blame these kids. Like, they don't fucking know what they're doing.
They
like,
don't know. They literally don't know better. Children just say shit.
They do.
And that's one of the things that I really like about the way that they sometimes write kits in these books is that sometimes kids just be saying shit. And it's so real.
They really do. I loved it.
Yeah.
Fuck Spotted Leaf. Can we talk about how much I fucking hate Spotted Leaf in this book?
Oh my God.
I just want her to go away.
She did literally, it's like, let's see, I'm sensing the letter C. Does the letter C mean anything to you? Like, she did the whole hack fortune teller thing of, I told you to follow your heart. And clearly, as we see, your heart lies with your clan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So
shut
smart.
Up. Shut up. I'm so shut up, Spotted Leaf. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. It's a tough time. I get why Spotted Leaf comes to Leaf Pool so much because they are both, medicine cats.
Yeah, she kind of
ThunderClan and Leaf Pool is kind of named after Spotted Leaf to an extent. But like, goddamn.
And we don't have Cinderpelt available to be like the StarClan representative here. And it is like we will see in later series as well, this sort of thing where a particular medicine cat will sort of have an unofficial specific cat that keeps coming to them. And keeps coming to them, a specific StarClan mentor or StarClan guide cat.
Yeah.
But I just... Spotted Leaf.
I just wish it weren't Spotted Leaf.
I wish it weren't Spotted Leaf. I wish it were anybody else. Like the scenes where she's with Feathertail are so good.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Feathertail, we could have been really good friends. And Feathertail's like, yeah, I know. Oh, I did want to mention, because I know this was something that I think we brought up in the last episode, how they never really brought up the sibling relationship between Sorreltail and Sootfur and Rain Whisker. I was appreciative that the whole scene with Barry and Sootfur was very much like Rain Whisker, like, I have to tell her, I have to be the one to I want to help carry my brother's body. Like, he's my brother, let me help bury him. And I thought that was a really nice scene.
That was really good. Is there that moment where she's crying out, no, oh no, and he's got to be there to comfort her. Oh,
yeah. Yeah. It's starting off with the aftermath and the funeral is just so rough.
It is. There's so much really good stuff in there, but it is so sad.
It is so sad. ShadowClan's on their bullshit again.
Oh my God.
Can they not try and steal territory for one book? That's all I'm asking.
Also, Russet Fur, who literally used to be a two-leg place stray, going, we have nothing to do with kitty pets in ShadowClan. Absolutely. I know that it's just because the Erins forgot who Russet Fur is or hadn't written that yet, one or the other, but gamers.
Mm-hmm. ShadowClan I
just don't know why they do this to ShadowClan.
They're in such a poor light in this book. There is literally no redeemable qualities about ShadowClan because they're literally oh yeah, we just watched this kit
that was miserable.
Get himself all tangled up. Mm-hmm. And it's okay, literally part of the warrior code is that you're supposed to help a kit in trouble, regardless of what clan they're in. Mm-hmm.
Miserable.
They're such bitches.
It was really bad.
And again, Russet Fur, who used to be a stray, well, we're not going to help him because he's a kitty pet. Bitch, you were a kitty pet.
You were a kitty pet.
Get the hell out of here.
I feel like the Erins really lean on ShadowClan doing shitty stuff just when they are we don't know what to do. We want some sort of conflict scene.
Yeah.
They do end up bringing up here that Hawkfrost is part of the reason the ShadowClan does this.
Yes, that is true.
But still, it's just, bleh. It could have been, I don't know, they could have done it not so, like, meh, like,
Yeah.
It could have been less cartoon villainy.
It could have.
I just want to point out once again, a lot of talk about wanting to connect with kin from Brambleclaw with zero mention of Mothwing. At one point, I believe he even says something about how Mothwing and Hawkfrost are siblings, but doesn't ever draw that like line of like, oh, I am a Hawkfrost's brother. Hawkfrost is Mothwing's brother. Therefore, like, you're so close, baby boy.
I genuinely, I think, and I think it's because, and like, you know, this may be giving the Erins too much credit, but I am nothing if not a lit major who will take subtext and run with it.
Mm-hmm.
I do think part of it is because Brambleclaw and Hawkfrost are meeting with Tigerstar so much that it's definitely like, sure, he probably like on a logical level recognizes that she's his sibling, but like he's not close with her like he is with Tawny Pelt or with Hawkfrost.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. But I wish that there had been like some acknowledgement or even like some attempt at any point. I think would have been really interesting to like play in that space. Like, yes, it does make sense on paper for sure. Like you said, with the way the narrative works, but Brambleclaw in general is just taking huge L's in this book.
You know, he gets his girl back.
At
the start, but like he's going through it. He's like, I can be a good guy and still get guidance from my father, and then like he is being very subtly manipulated, and he's like, well, I'm doing this for the clan, and I'm doing this for everybody to make us, you know, not like. Because there's, you know, the point where Tigerstar is like, okay, you two are going to take over the clans together.
At that point, he's like,
and he's like, whoa. He's like, hey, hold on. I thought we were just having, like, father-son bonding time. Yeah. I thought you were just, like, telling me that, like, I was cool and you believed in me because you're my dad. But no. You're trying to train me to be, you, the sequel. I'm not about that. And I really do like that Brambleclaw like stands up to him like that. Like, hey, whoa, I am not about this.
I think there's a really great arc here. And I think that Brambleclaw's kind of, you know, quote unquote redemption, like the conclusion of this whole storyline is really good. I really love like that we get, even though I think that it could have been written better like in the earlier half of the series where we started to have like the disconnect where he was like seeming to get very ambitious before we really saw all of this training with Tigerstar. Like it's working so much better here because we're seeing him going and talking to Tigerstar and Hawkfrost so often.
And we're like hearing what he is saying, and it makes more sense that he is acting the way that he does because it is very much like, well, I'm not being ambitious for ambition's sake. I'm being ambitious because I want to help the clan. Yeah. Because that is what he is being told. Do you think Tigerstar would be an alt-right YouTuber?
Absolutely, I do. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Absolutely would be. While we're speaking of Tigerstar, now, I don't know if this is anything, but...
Oh, I saw this and I love it.
We have seen Mapleshade fabricate a StarClan sign from the Dark Forest before. In fact, even in this exact instance of getting somebody deputized, she did that for Crooked Jaw. Leafpool does see the specter of Tigerstar haunting Brambleclaw when he is made deputy.
Yeah.
What do we think Tigerstar fabricated Leafpool's Brambleclaw dream?
I mean, I don't think it's impossible. I think it's a fun theory. Like, it will never be confirmed because we are so far past that now in the canon.
That's true. Though I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember if, like, this is something that came up at all when I was reading any of the other books, but I don't think it did. So it really is just, like, a theory, but...
A game theory.
Game theory.
Yeah, no, I 100%, like, I think that's a fun theory.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Brambleclaw taking huge L's. I can click that off. It's bookend. The whole book is bookended by 2 big dubs where he's getting Squirrel Flight back. And they have like a pretty genuinely good, like at first they have the little thing where I'm like, this is going to be so shitty because it's like, they didn't even need to talk about it. They just understood without words. And I'm like, we can't be doing this. But then they have a conversation, and maybe it's not as long of a conversation as I might have liked to have, but
they do talk about it.
They do talk about it, and they do like have a conversation about it, which is more than a lot of books can say. And then he's got the big dub at the end with the Hawkfrost scene.
Agree. Hawkfrost is, I do want to talk about him before like we get further on. He is so fucking insidious.
Oh my God.
And horrible. The fact that nobody has like beaten his ass up before this.
I know.
He is blatantly disrespectful to Leopard Star and Mistyfoot.
He's just yapping at gatherings all the time.
It's like he took that one temporary deputy position and he will not let it go.
He won't. He was deputy for like 2 weeks.
It drives me crazy how they just let him get away with talking to Mistyfoot like that. It pisses me off, is what it does.
It's clear sky behavior, right? Like,
it really is.
We were always talking about in our first season how Clear Sky would just be saying shit, and we're like, how has nobody beat this guy up? And then somebody did eventually beat this guy up. And I guess Hawkfrost does get beat up.
Eventually, yeah, but he gets away with a lot of shit. Like,
he gets away with so much. He is so vile. Like, I love him as a villain, but he's
a great villain.
He's an incredible villain. Maybe even my favorite of the series so far. There's something about him that is like, so maybe it's that they've twinkified him and he's just everywhere.
Oh my God.
But he's so vile.
He really is. I had forgotten that this happened, but I truly was just flabbergasted when he interrupts the gathering and is like, actually, my sister has an omen that she needs to share with everybody at this gathering. And Leopard Star's like, the fuck?
Out of
Why wasn't I told about this? And it's really just an omen for River Clan, even. I mean, it's a fake omen, obviously.
It's a fake omen, and it's just for River Clan.
But this bastard interrupts everything.
And he obviously does it that way, right? So that, because it's a way to get Mothwing to have to do something, right? Like to have to.
The way he manipulates her disgusts me.
It's just.
He is so foul for that. He is constantly like, I'll tell everyone that you don't believe in StarClan and that omen was faked. And she's like, but then you'll get in trouble too. And he's like, I don't give a shit. Mm-hmm. Like, he clearly does give a shit because he backs off after that. But he's also like, if I'm going down, you're going down with me kind of vibe.
Miserable. Can you imagine?
And like,
I don't know.
Mothwing doesn't deserve that.
No. Mothwing deserves.
I have my issues with her storyline, but I have no issues with her.
Exactly.
Like, she did not deserve any of this shit.
No, she goes through so much with Hawkfrost. It's so sad. Like, it's so sad, too, because we saw them, join River Clan. We saw that they ended up, they lost their brother. Their mother went away. They never knew their father. Like, they were outsiders.
And their father was basically Cat Hitler.
Their father was Cat Hitler. They're outsiders. Their mother told them that their father was Cat Hitler immediately before thrusting them into a totally new social situation and was like, don't tell anybody about the Cat Hitler thing, but I am going to tell you about it right now. I'm never going to get over that. That's just the most insane time to bring that up.
Yeah, it's literally like, okay, we're about to go into a group of people who were done real dirty by your dad. Oh, yeah, your dad, he like fucked this whole shit up. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what are we supposed to do with this? We're 5.
You're about to go to kindergarten. Just so you know, your father did burn down this kindergarten.
He did burn down this kindergarten and force all of the kindergartners to do child labor.
To rebuild the kindergarten.
Held the teachers hostage the entire time. But you get to go to kindergarten. Isn't that exciting? Christ.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Unhinged. Absolutely unhinged behavior.
Unhinged. Just, Sasha, what were you doing?
Girl.
I was happy to get vindication for my vague memory of Mothwing not losing faith until she found out Hawkfrost had faked the sign. I'm glad that I wasn't just making that up, because that's a good little detail, and I'm glad that it was real.
I agree. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Just I really do like all of this stuff. I love Willowpaw.
I'm very excited to see more of her.
I love Willowpaw. I love getting to see Willowpaw here, but definitely, like, I have been the, like, mild defender of the Mothwing, like, atheism arc. This is really where my suspension of disbelief just, like, crumbles, because she has this moment where she's, like, afraid that her apprentice won't have the right kind of dreams, and it just feels to me like if you're afraid of something, you inherently have to have some sort of belief about it, right?
Exactly, and she keeps trying to explain her logic to Leafpool, but it's really,
so bad.
like,
the logic is so nothing.
It really falls apart, because she's just like, well, I believe that it came to you in a dream like that because you heard it somewhere and you forgot about it, and that was just your mind telling you, like, what was going on and stuff like that. And Leafpool's like, girl, how would I know that? How would any of us know where the fucking catmint is in your territory? How would I know that one of the elders is sick? Like,
How?
Come on.
How would I know? How would I know? What are you talking about?
Yeah, it really falls apart in this book.
And unfortunately, only going to fall apart more and more. There's no, because we are on the precipice. We're on the precipice of two things. First, terminal velocity on the Ashfur Watch.
Yep.
Second, terminal velocity on supernatural shit.
Yep.
It's all about to
pop off, gang.
We are on the edge. We're about to leap off into the great unknown.
It's so true. Speaking of terminal velocity on the Ashfur Watch. He's such a bitch.
Oh my god.
In this book. Oh my god. Every single time, like, Squirrelflight tries to talk to him. She's like, look, I know, like, things were kind of heating up between us, but I really don't, like, I just want to be your friend. Like, I don't think this is going to work with us. And he refuses to talk to her ever again. He fully looks right through her anytime she tries to, like, say anything. Which, I have to say, I really do love when there is this kind of tension between clanmates, because it's like, you are in forced proximity with the people that you do not want to be hanging out with. And I'm like, damn, been there, done that. High school, juicy. Man.
It is extremely high school.
It is very high school. Like, yeah, you're in class with these people. You are going to have to interact with them. You do not want to.
Yeah.
It's rough. He's just, like, every moment he is in this book, it is being a bitch, basically.
He is so slimy.
Like, I don't think there's a single moment in this book where he is portrayed in a good light.
No, it's so bad. Like, accusing your medicine cat of like faking a sign.
Yeah.
is probably the worst thing he does in this book, but not the worst thing that we're gonna see him do. That's for sure.
Truly not.
I made a graph. We'll have to post this one.
Oh my god, I love that graph.
When the episode goes up, it's got multiple things redacted, but the line just keeps getting longer of out-of-pocket Ashfur behavior. It starts really small with bad-tempered breakup, and then it gets a little bit bigger with accusing medicine cat of fraud, and then it just starts to get exponentially longer until it's breaking out of the image.
It's so much. Guys, I cannot wait.
I'm so fucking excited.
He is wild. This cat, absolutely unhinged. I cannot wait
Unbelievable.
to talk about it.
I'm so excited to get more Ashford stuff and to just see.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to talk about it.
I do kind of want to talk about, like, the way this book sets up for the next arc is very interesting.
Yeah, there's really a lot of setup done here for the next arc that I had kind of forgotten about.
I think it is, so we get a little bit of a taste of some hints towards the, like, prophecy involved in the next arc.
Mm-hmm.
We get obviously the death of Hawkfrost sets up a lot of drama. We've got Stormfur and Brooke, like, being really shady about, like, why they're here.
Mm-hmm.
We have, Graystripe finally having a funeral, even though he's not dead.
Even though eagle-eyed listeners will have seen our episode layout for this season and be like, I wonder what the name of the next episode is.
Yeah. And I just think, like, it's really, really interesting to me that this is the end of an arc. Like, thinking about it as, like, a season of television, that they end with such a massive, like, event.
Yeah.
And there is just no immediate fallout. Like, we do not see what happens immediately after.
Yeah.
We do not see them, like, having to explain to River Clan, oh, hey, this cat that is part of your clan and causing all sorts of trouble. Yeah, he straight up tried to murder our leader and got stabbed in the neck.
Yeah. I remember, like, as a kid being really disappointed in this ending because there were so many loose ends, and being a child and not realizing, like, oh shit, there's going to be more.
Yeah.
But knowing that we have, 5, 6, 7 more arcs coming.
Yeah.
And knowing that the next arc is right around the corner is like, what a fun way to end the series.
Yeah, I do think, and I think that kind of makes up and makes sense with the fact that these last 3 books were not originally planned.
Yeah.
Because I think they saw, like, okay, we know we're getting more because, we got this whole thing set up, but we have the opportunity to kind of wrap up this back half of the story in a way that is, like, interesting, but not giving so many answers as to being like, this is the end, there's no more.
Right, yeah.
I think it really, like, it does kind of feel like, again, going back to the TV metaphor, it feels like a mid-season finale.
Oh, yeah,
which,
totally.
Like, makes sense given the amount of time between Sunset and the site is, like, a few months.
Oh, wow, it's really that close. I'm going to look.
Isn't it?
Sunset. I wouldn't be surprised. Sunset Warriors is 26 December 2006. The site.
Oh, not in release date, like in canon timeline.
Oh, in canon timeline, yes. In canon timeline, it is very close. But in real months, it's also really close. That was late December, and so it's like 4 months. It's April 2007.
Oh, wow. I did not realize that they were that close.
Yeah, they really just barreled right into it.
And, this is definitely part of, I think this is definitely something I felt when I was reading them as a kid. Like, New Prophecy and The Power of 3 really do feel like one series sometimes.
Yeah, they really lead
they feel
right
like
into
one
each other.
arc. Mm-hmm. But they had to make it a different arc because we have different protagonists next time.
Yeah.
Shocking, I know.
We're gonna meet them.
We sure are.
In a couple episodes. They're sure gonna be there.
Yeah, so year 5, Greenleaf in year 5 is Sunset, and then Leaf Bear in year 6. It's literally like one season.
Yeah,
because
wow.
we have Leaf Fall of year 5, and then we start off like New Year of year 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's right there. So
it really is like 3 months essentially.
Damn.
Yeah. So yeah, that is very I think that's why a lot of it seems to feel very much like it's not actually the end of an arc and we're heading into the other half of a season, because it very much is.
Yeah.
Because there was, between
This
Prophecies Begin a New Prophecy, there was
a whole year.
Yeah, a whole year.
But this is so tight. Like I finish reading Sunset and I'm like, oh, I really want to start the next, like, I really want to start the site. Like, I know that we've got 2 more episodes. We've got the Gray Stripe arc, and then we've got Leaf Pool's Wish and the After Sunset short stories. But I'm like, I have even already checked the site out from the library. I'm like ready to go.
Yeah, I reorganized all of my Warrior books on my shelf in the order that we are reading them. And I put the ones we've already read on the floor because I'm running out of space. Y'all, there's a lot of books in this series.
There's so many.
But the site is like front and center, and I'm like, I want to pick you up so bad. But no, we have to go visit my king first.
We have to go visit him. We have to find out what's been going on. Meanwhile,
indeed. ...
I
feel like there's not too much more to say about Hawkfrost's death.
Yeah, we've already talked a lot about it.
Other than it just fucks supremely.
It's so good. There is a reason that every AMV featuring Hawkfrost utilizes it in some way. It's because it's fucking sick as hell. It's so good. They are like scrobbling in the dirt, in the mud. They're getting bloody.
The fact that he stabs him through the throat is crazy.
The throat, and they talk about how the blood just keeps gushing out as he speaks. He says something else, and more blood comes out. Whoa! Yeah. Firestar choking like to the side of them as they are having a tense conversation is so like anxiety inducing. It's like so good. Just like really incredible, impeccable tension in the last chapter.
Oh, it was incredible. I really feel like one thing that the New Prophecy does incredibly well is the fight scenes, because we had it with the whole Hawkfrost and Mudclaw thing, like was a really evocative scene. The Badgers attacking, like these last 3 books.
Yeah, really
end off on like these intense, spectacular battles, and I love it.
It's great.
I do want to mention, because I don't think we said this in the summary, and I do want our folks who have never read the series and do not just intend on gleaning information from our podcast.
Yes.
We will not give you spoilers. However, I do think it is important for us to note Hawkfrost's final words were...
Yes.
Fool. Do you think I did this alone? Do you think you're safe within your own clan? Think again. So keep an eye out. There's perhaps some sneaky bitches over in ThunderClan.
We're gonna have some
doing some sneaky stuff.
We're gonna have truly some like court espionage ass stuff.
Oh, for sure.
In the next arc. It'll be good. There's some like I wish that it was more front and center faster.
Yeah, I agree.
Is I think my big issue with it, but I'm excited. I'm really excited to get to the site, to get to Power of 3 and see if I enjoy it more on this read. Because the first time I read it as a child, I don't think I even finished the first book. And then when I read it a couple years ago, it also like I got like through 2 of the books and then took like a year off. I really struggle with the 3 protagonists so much, but now that I have seen them later in life, when I think like once they are adults, I actually really, really enjoy them. But as kids, oh my God.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see how I feel about them this read. Maybe I'll feel better.
Yeah, I'm interested to go to it too, because Power of 3 was the last full arc that I read.
Mm-hmm.
I did not finish Omen of the Stars.
Yeah. When
I was originally reading the series. So we're careening towards like untreaded territory for me.
We're careening towards it, and I am so excited.
But I do remember really enjoying Power of Three as a youngin'. Power of Three was also, I will say, the height of my teenage fanfiction career.
Oh, hell yeah.
Power of Three arc was when I was really doing a lot of Warriors roleplay, really doing a lot of like writing fan fiction for Warriors. When Power of Three was coming out is when I was like churning out the fic. And like I wrote a whole speculative ending to the series.
Oh, that's fun. Wow.
Yeah, so we'll talk about it when we get towards the last two books, but like there were a lot of things about like rumors on how the last book in the series was going to end. So like many of the authors in Warrior Cats fandom, I was like, all right, let's see how I think it's going to end. So that was definitely like the height of things for me. So like I really did enjoy it. And I wrote those characters a lot. So I feel like I have a little bit of a soft spot for them.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. You want to take us to the Erin Corner?
Yeah, I'll take us to the Erin Corner. It should be a pretty short one. Should I read this whole thing? It's very funny.
I mean, if you want to read it.
So I won't read this whole thing. But we have another movie quote moment, which is at the end, "We will meet again, my brother. This is not over yet." Hawkfrost's spirit kind of whispers this in Brambleclaw's ear as he fades away. And apparently this is a direct reference to the movie Gladiator.
Amazing.
Which I love. I love it when Victoria Holmes does movie references. Very good. Also, shout out to Kate Carey, who says Hawkfrost is one of her favorite villains. Same.
Mood.
Yeah. Vicky has said about Hawkfrost that his greatest fear is being rejected because of his mother, Sasha, which does track.
Yeah.
And so aside from that, just have a little Erin eval for this series, as I like to do. Cherith, I was thinking about it as we were talking about the really good fight scenes here. In the past, I have talked about like previous Cherith stuff that we've read, that Cherith does a lot more of like the kind of prestige television interpersonal drama and not as much of the big battles. She has done some really incredible battles here in the back half of this series, and really like some really amazing like action set pieces here versus in previous seasons where she's done more of the understated stuff. So it's really cool to see some like different genre work from her. And it's so interesting because when we started this podcast, I had thought, and I can't remember if I've said this in a previous episode, so maybe I'm repeating myself, apologies. I had thought I would come into this arc and I would be going, okay, so like the books that I didn't like as much, which were Starlight and the last one that we just read. What are the names? Twilight. That's right. That's right. It's Twilight. Starlight and Twilight are, I think, the weakest books for this series. And I had assumed that they would have been written by a different Erin. It turns out that they weren't. And so they were all written by, like, all of those were written by Cherith. Kate Carey wrote Sunset. Everything else in the series is Cherith. And then even in the back half, though, we get this really good book with Sunset. And I think it's just really interesting to see that the thing that affected negatively the storytelling in this arc was not, in fact, which Erin it was the fact that they were not prepared for an entire 6-book series. And I think that's really interesting.
I really feel like knowing that has really informed
definitely
the way we've approached this.
Mm-hmm, for sure. I loved learning that. It has totally like transformed the way that I think about this series from a storytelling standpoint and from like the way that I do like the literary analysis of it and everything. Really interesting stuff. Love to do background, love to see how circumstances inform the work. We see it in an interesting way here, and sometimes we see it in wild ways, like the 9/11 reveal, which I still can't believe.
We actually did get a message on our Tumblr about that.
Did we?
Yeah, I answered it today.
Oh my God.
We got a message on our Tumblr. They said, I will be sending you a hospital bill for the miasma that was inflicted upon me because of the cursed knowledge shared in the Erin Corner of the Dawn episode. I choked on the scandalized gasp/laugh and nearly coughed up a lung. Thank you, I hate it.
I'm so sorry, and also you're welcome.
Thank you, Blizz Wolf the Wolf.
Thank you, Blizz Wolf the Wolf.
And we're sorry.
Yeah. That's it for the Erin Corner. Take us into what I'm sure has to be one of the most unhinged and fun sharing tongues.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't really find a ton on Tumblr, of course, because the Erins decided in this series to make the most SEO unfriendly names for their books.
It's so true.
I did find there's just a lot of like really good Hawkfrost art.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real. There's one, Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight on a hunting date when Hawkfrost and Ashfur suddenly pop out of a bush. More like Squirrelblight and Brambleflaw. They run away giggling.
Fuck.
Like, just seeing some of these goofy things. This one by Wormwood, WYRM-WUUD, literally posted today.
Holy
this
shit.
Art of Hawkfrost.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It's got the blood streaming down. He is like so fucking fluffy.
Mm-hmm. So he's got the biggest ruff.
He does. It's got
look.
this huge river of blood coming down from him and a big splatter in the background that like kind of goes between his legs and around his paws as if like it is actually blood spatter coming out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that blood spatter is this line that like shoots straight through his chest.
It's so good.
Absolutely gorgeous piece of art.
Fucking rules.
And this is a work in progress.
Oh, it's so cool already.
It's so cool. But yeah, this is like their first post on Tumblr. So go hype it up.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I will be sure to reblog it when we get to the time because it really is stunning. A lot of really good Hawkfrost designs. They are also diabolical looking. Like every single one of them. You were so right when you mentioned that Hawkfrost is a Tumblr sexy man because they truly cannot stop drawing this cat.
This is
in the most like swag way possible. Like that's the only way I can say it. He's got swagger.
He does have swagger. He is they twinkified him. He is said in the series to be the same like big bulky size as Brambleclaw and Tiger Star. Almost every design that I've seen of him unequivocally twinkifies him. I love it so much. I love it when he's small. It's just like evil small guy energy is great. Evil twink.
Yeah.
Sometimes people do like the art that you just mentioned. He's bigger, he's a little bit bulkier, but still has a little bit of like that slender build, just really fluffy. I love it. I'm obsessed with how obsessed everybody is with Hawkfrost. Just like with drawing him and everything.
Yeah, and these designs are so good. Like there are some that just like make him just a big bulky boy.
Yeah.
There are some that like really accentuate the rough. Mm-hmm. I really love the ones where he's got like a very square muzzle.
Yeah, big square guy.
They're all so good. So Tumblr definitely has like some fantastic Hawkfrost designs.
Yeah, I'm looking real quick for something that I would hope that is in the funding for the arts channel. But a couple weeks ago in our Discord, somebody posted a process video of somebody doing MS Paint fan art of they've been doing fan art that is evoking like the mid 2000s, early 2010s MS Paint teen fan art, and they had a Hawkfrost one where he's got like death metal wings, and it's really good. I can't find it again, but I'll try and find it, and so we can put it in the episode description or something, or share it again. But that kind of thing is so fun.
We'll go to AO3 real quick. There are 12 fics for Sunset. 269 for Brambleclaw and Squirrel Flight. Quite a few of them are AUs and rewrites. There was a nice little short drabble about Longtail and Cinderkit, where Cinderkit is like bouncing around and then goes and curls up and snuggles next to Longtail when he's like babysitting the kits. Whee! And he's like, oh, she's just like Cinderpelt. And it's like, oh god! There was one with an evil Mothwing AU, which I did not read because it was very long. Mm-hmm. But I do think that is a very interesting turn, and also really speaks to something that we talked about in our Discord today, which was how interesting it would be to have a medicine cat as the villain of a Warriors arc. Yeah. Hawkfrost has 305 fics tags for him. He's popular, not quite as popular as Ashfur, who has almost 400.
Incel rights.
There are 59 fics with Ashfur and Squirrel Flight as a ship. I did not dive too deep to see if it's all, like, reciprocated and stuff like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Shockingly enough, Brambleclaw and Hawkfrost as, like, a platonic relationship, because of the way that AO3's system works, a / is for romantic and is for platonic. Brambleclaw and Hawkfrost only have 13 fics together, and Brambleclaw and Tigerclaw only have 3.
There should definitely be more father-son drama.
There should be more father-son drama. I'm so sorry, but we need it. There are some unhinged titles out there, and I just want to say, keep on keeping on, Warriors fandom. Somebody titled one of their fics after a line from the Bible. And it's about Hawkfrost's death. It's wild.
From the Christian Bible is
from
such
the
a
Christian
good way
Bible,
to
they say.
Notes.
And then Scout actually brought some stuff to Sharing Tongues as well.
I did. Oh my god, I went on. So as soon as I finished this book yesterday, I essentially went on an entire hour-long spree of just looking for Hawkfrost AMVs, because I knew that the AMV girlies were going crazy for Hawkfrost, because I've seen some before. There's some really fun ones. I've linked quite a few, but I will highlight some of my favorites. There is a animatic using Who Will Pray For You from the Star Kid Productions musical Nerdy Prudes Must Die. Watching this, and in concert with that, there's somebody on my TikTok feed who has been doing an animatic to this song as well, did get me to watch all of Nerdy Prudes Must Die last night, so shout out.
Awesome. Oh man, it's been so long since I've watched a Star Kid production.
It was fun. I've never watched one before. I've never seen any of the Potter musicals aside from clips. I've never watched any of them. It was a fun time. There is one with a song called Interlude for Showtime that is Hawkfrost and Mothwing, sort of in like a dream space with like Hawkfrost's ghost like just screaming at Mothwing, basically, that I saw a couple years ago and think about very often. It's really good. There is another storyboard animatic that intercuts Hawkfrost's death with Tadpole's death. It's
that's really good.
So fucking good. Really recommend that one. There's one called You Can't Hide that was a Halloween one. This has some spoilers for Dark Forest stuff later. It is Dark Forest like specific, but is like really, it's like it got like some cartoony gore in it, but is really cool. You know, there's always content warnings on all of these. There's one called Holy the Sea that also features Golden Flower. There's a really good one that is very spooky, scary, again, has some gore, but it's basically an AU where Hawkfrost convinces Bramble to go through with killing Firestar and then commit more and more murders until he is like a shell of himself haunted by ghosts. It's fucked up, but it's really cool. It uses some great imagery of like all of the ghosts have a piece of prey in their mouth, and the actual deaths are intercut with like Brambleclaw killing whatever the prey is that they're carrying in their mouth, that the ghosts are carrying. It's good. It's good. Those are the ones I'm going to highlight. I will make sure to post these on our Paws and Claws Discord as well when the episode drops. If I forget to do it, any listeners who are also in there can ping me.
Yeah, please remind us. Literally, I forget things all the time, friends.
I constantly mean to post things that we talk about on the day that the episode comes out, and then I do forget because we record, anywhere from 1 to like 7 weeks ahead of when we record.
Yeah.
And so it leaves our brains. We try so hard. But yeah, that's my special little scout interjection into sharing tongues today.
I super appreciate it. I cannot wait to watch all of these.
They're good. They're so good. They're so good. I'm probably going to go watch some of them over again. They're so good.
Oh, perfect. Let's name our warrior cats of the week.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
My warrior cat of the week is the one, the only Queen Tawny Pelt.
Ooh, good pick.
She has some great scenes with Brambleclaw. She is trying to knock some sense into her brother. She has an iconic scene where we see that Tiger Star tried to also bring her into the fold in the dark forest, and she rejects him, and it's so good. She is just so...
I love her.
She
Queen.
is on one. I love her. She's the best. So excited that we're going to be getting more Tawny Pelt in the future in the series. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, Tawny Pelt. Knock 'em dead.
I'm stoked. My warrior cat of the week is actually going to crack you up because of a comment you made earlier in the episode. You compared this cat to Brackenfur, and I just had to chuckle to myself because I know you always pick Brackenfur for your warrior cat of the week. And my warrior cat of the week is Birchpaw, just because I really enjoyed all of his little scenes.
Let's go!
And I really love, how much it is kind of shown that, even though he is the youngest, there's only 2 apprentices, but he is younger. He is just so eager and, loyal, and he just wants to do his best. There's mentions of, he threw himself into that badger fight, but he's not an adult. He can't bounce back as quickly. And then when there's the fight at the Shadow Clan border, he runs back to camp to get Firestar.
That bit's really good.
Make sure that things, don't pop off too badly. I just think he's a neat little guy.
He's so good. There is a very interesting little bit where Firestar says that Birchpaw is the one that told him to come down to the lakeside.
Mm-hmm.
So even showing up, doing his best, and then that ending up being a dark reversal of him doing his apprentice duty, I thought was not dwelt on, but because I was Birchpaw pilled, was something that I was noticing. Birchpaw was almost my pick as well for this book.
Oh, okay.
It was between him and Tawny Pelt, and I decided to go with Tawny Pelt because she's just got those really good scenes. And Willowpaw was also up there too. There was just some great, smaller, non-major characters happening in this book.
Yeah, I think a lot of cats got a really good, show of things.
Yeah, Daisy also had some great scenes.
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten that Daisy actually has, a crush on Cloudtail. I thought that was
she is down bad.
She's down bad for Cloudtail. Oh, babe. She deserves better.
Yeah.
I mean, she deserves better from the writers. Cloudtail is great, but she also deserves somebody who loves her the way Cloudtail loves Brightheart.
Yes, because Cloudtail is such a loyal man.
He is.
He's a himbo.
He
honestly
isn't orange, but he's got them orange cat genes.
Yeah, he does.
Boy, that brain cell knocking around in there.
You can really tell his uncle is a ginger cat.
You can really feel the Firestar not understanding that Cinderpelt and Sandstorm were fighting over him energy with Cloudtail in these last couple books.
For sure.
Time to take us out?
Take us out.
If you have thoughts, opinions, questions, or memes to share with us, you can write to us at pawsandclawspod@gmail.com. That's paws as in what a cat has, claws as in the part of speech, pod as in podcast. We are also on Twitter and Blue Sky at Paws and Claws, and on Tumblr at Paws Clause Pod. Listeners who are 18 years and older can come join us on Discord and remind us to post things when we say we're going to. That will be linked in the show notes. We are brought to you by the TWG Podcast Network, which you can find at theworstgarbage.online. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, or Blue Sky at HumbleGoat, and you can see the art that I do, including our podcast cover art, at scoutwilkinson.myportfolio.com.
And you can find me on Twitter at plot_twists, on Blue Sky at plot-twists, or on Tumblr at antique-romantic. Our next episode will be out in 2 weeks, where we will discuss all 3 volumes of the manga arc Gray Stripe's Adventure. Woo! My boy! Read along by buying the books from a local bookstore or checking out a copy from your local library. Until then, dear listeners, may StarClan guide your paws.
TWG, the worst garbage.